So part of it also too is what I want to talk about in terms of inflation and getting to this hybrid work model is there are some structural issues that have been going on in terms of the economy for decades, for well over 40 years, that has essentially made it more and more out of reach for people to get by. Fundamentally, the cost of housing, which directly leads to the other aspects of the cost of living, as you're seeing as now in terms of in fuel prices, what it is, the cost of transportation, so getting in terms of to work. And thirdly, most people, which is, the hidden kind of what I would say specter that's out there, is the cost of getting an education. And that is just an overall tax on most working professionals that in addition to the cost of living, they have to go and pay back a student loan. And finally, in terms of which has been healthcare, the hybrid work environment is going to go and address in that conundrum of cost of living. And when I say in terms of in cost of living, many of us go and take into factors a variety of things. There are work centers when we think of major cities, Los Angeles, we have Dallas, New York, but some of them could be largely unaffordable. So people traditionally without technology, like in terms of in your father's example, commuted. And what happened over time, property values kept pushing up. So people who used to live in Carlsbad, they lived in Escondido. Then they went to Temecula. Then they went to Murrieta. Then there were now Sun City, Paris, further and further out because property values keep going up and up and up and up. But unfortunately, that's unsustainable. And so technology is kind of in a way is that maybe I'm living in Bozeman, but I'm commuting into work into Los Angeles. So now it opens up in terms of in a landscape of where cost of living, you can reassess into more affordable areas with the paycheck that you have and potentially effectively do work as though you're here. That has opened it up and we've clearly seen on that. Secondly, as a boon for business, because business can benefit as well, we don't need as much office space. So instead of having, 50,000 square feet, 15,000 square feet, they can kind of contract for those days that we need in office meetings, maybe less than 5,000 square feet. So I think that this is an untapped area that can be a clear antidote to some of the structural inflationary aspects that we as a country have not been able to tackle over the last 30 years.